Hello, everyone. Happy 4th of July. Hope you're all feeling super patriotic. I know we are.
America.
You know what everyone should be doing on the 4th of July? Drinking a beer. Like we're doing right now.
You're drinking an IPA, sitting out there having a barbecue.
There's nothing better. Hopefully you have this playing in the background while you're playing some cornhole, some volleyball, making some burgers and dogs.
And a medium rare steak.
Medium rare is the way to go. But
or
today,
well done, if that's your thing.
No, if you eat steak well done, you have problems. But today we're drinking Total Domination IPA from Ninkasi Brewing Company. Looks like it's based out of Eugene, Oregon.
It's
actually
pretty good.
not bad.
It's strong.
You know, it hits me like a thunderstorm right in the taste buds.
I see what you did.
Do you?
Yeah, it says that on the bottle.
Oh, that's where I got that from. But hopefully you all have a lot of fun here. We're not able to do fireworks in all of Utah. You know, it's super dry.
Did they really ban it? I know they banned it in a lot of cities.
No, I think all of Utah is on a no firework list.
Damn, I can't do my supersonic run, my sparklers.
No, you can't. Not
Do
this
that
year.
every year.
See, but last year the whole mountain in front of my house went up in fire. We had to evacuate. It was scary.
I just run down the street in my pajamas, sparklers in my hands,
I don't even think you're wearing your pajamas.
run right to jail.
Running right to jail. Lock me up, motherfuckers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I lived in America. I thought we had freedoms.
This doesn't sound very free to me. If I want to run down naked with a sparkler in my bum, I can do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was America. Like a great South Park episode.
But everybody, seriously, happy 4th of July. Have fun. Don't do something super stupid. Do little stupid things, but nothing that's going to get you in jail or blow a hand off, or do whatever. Live your life, however.
Yeah,
but
when I was a kid, I would tape up those, what do you call them?
The
things that
whistler?
stun. You'd duct tape them all together and they just blow up.
Yeah. I used to, because you tape it and you'd hammer it with a hammer and it just explodes.
Hey, you got to play chicken. Who can hold this the longest?
No, I didn't do that. I was
Kidding.
smarter than that. We're not advocating this, people.
You just do that and throw it at each other.
We used to shoot those bottle rockets at each other. Yeah.
Close your eyes.
Just close your eyes. You'll be fine. All right, Clete. So what's the overall theme for today on the 4th of July?
Guess we're doing true crime.
True crime stories,
What can you not do in America?
essentially.
Because it's illegal.
Or anywhere else in the world, probably.
Yeah.
Clete, read us one of your true crime stories.
I love this story. I was literally laughing when I read it. This story is about a dead horse.
Okay. Nothing says America like a
read this?
dead horse.
My parents' horse got loose, and somebody hit and killed it. The horse disposal people wanted some relatively reasonable amount of money to come pick up the carcass.
The horse disposal people. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, 1-800 pick up your junk.
It says 1-800-HDP.
My
Horse
ex-
disposal people.
My ex-wife works there.
Oh, God.
But my parents were like, fuck that. Hey, son, load that shit up on a flatbed and find somewhere to dump it.
Oh, my God.
Me, okay, sure, Pops. Call stoner friend. Me, hey, want to dump a horse somewhere? Stoner friend. Sure, I have nachos.
Oh,
Me, cool. Stoner friend, cool.
cool.
So stoner friend and I got even more stoned than usual and took my parents' flatbed truck out and tried to winch the horse up onto it. Turns out you really can't winch a dead horse onto a flatbed.
Oh, my God. So if you get a call from your stoner buddy, it's like, dude, want to go dump a dead horse somewhere?
Reminds me of Family Guy where he tries to pick up a whale with a forklift and he just kills it really bad.
Well, this horse is already dead, so.
Yeah. It's not winching. That's the problem so much as the 5 lift up to the edge. We fucked up a lot of that horse trying, though. Attempt number 2. We went home and built a big-ass ramp out of plywood and got 4x4s. It took most of the day and half a dime a bag of the devil's lettuce. We argued a lot about whether or not we should bevel the part of the 4x4s that touched the ground. Final decision. Neither of us knew how to do that, so we opted to not bevel. Back at the horse. We wrapped the winch line around the head this time. Fun fact. Steel cable looped around the horse's head in a slipknot arrangement, in a good way,
No.
to reenact a famous scene from The Godfather.
Jesus Christ.
We didn't quite decapitate Mr. Gooseberry.
Mr. Gooseberry.
That was his name, yeah. Long may he gallop in heavenly fields.
While you're desecrating his body. Whilst eating nachos. I just imagine they're like shoving nachos in their face. Like, dude, we're going to get this. Hey, do you have another reefer?
Dude, bro.
Bro, his head's going to come off. I don't think so.
It's just like The Godfather.
Dude, we're like in the Godfather movie right now.
The situation wasn't pretty. Nothing but a dead horse is pretty. But that bit in particular was remarkably not pretty. We decided to go with our original idea. Lash the front hooves together with rope. Small problem. We cut the rope at some point. Neither of us could remember why.
We did this thing and we have no fucking idea why this happened.
Or who did it.
Bro, did you do that?
Who cut the rope? I don't know, man.
I don't know. Did you do it?
But nothing for it. We had to go home. Finding more rope required smoking a half joint of the devil's lettuce. I don't know what that is.
Oh, sure.
Which is quite reasonable given the task we were set to. Back at the horse again. Our engineering marvel worked. We had some initial worry that we would pull one or both of the horse's forelegs out of its sockets. But apparently, sinew has quite a bit of tensile strength. We used tie-down straps to lash the horse and ramp to the flatbed, initiating a discussion about why we hadn't used those in place of the rope, leading to an argument over whether or not that would have worked, leading to an awkward, hostile silence as we drove around the ass end of South Dakota looking for a place we could dump a dead horse.
What does that look like when you've got two stoners that have a hostile silence?
It's funny because my main joke is whenever I have like junk, I just want to throw it in my neighbor's yard. Like that's literally what they're doing.
We've discussed this several times on the show.
It's like, Brent, I got a dead horse. I got to push it over my fence. I need help.
Dude, I can't help you lift a whole horse. Are you kidding me?
What you do? You wake up in your backyard. There's just a dead horse.
I literally don't know. If I ever woke up and found a dead horse in my backyard, I'm like, we're just going to move. Because someone has it out for me.
Oh, man.
Like, that doesn't just happen. You don't just wake up with dead horses in your yard.
Back to the story. I'm sure there were many places one could dump a dead horse in the middle of rural South Dakota. Strangely enough, we were both feeling a little paranoid.
Devil's lettuce will do that to you.
Every car that passed us was a plainclothes cop car. Every person standing out on the field was heading straight to their house to report us as soon as we went around the bend.
It's one of those suspicions like everybody's out to get you. Like, oh my God, everyone knows we're doing something bad. Everybody knows.
Finally, we found a field in the Black Hills National Forest that looked like a good spot. It had trees, which we thought the horse would like, and there was a nice parking area next to a snowmobile trailhead. Goose had never liked snowmobiles, so the idea of a I can't say it,
Skeletal.
Yeah. So the idea of a skeletal carcass scaring the shit out of some ski-doer coming off the trail seemed like something that would have appealed to the old fella.
That's poetic justice. What goes around comes around, you snowmobile boys.
We backed the truck a little ways into the ferns next to the trail. Then we used a come-along to pull the dead horse off the flatbed. About a mile into the way home, Stoner friend said, "Does your horse have tattoos?"
Oh my God.
I was like, "It's a horse, not a fucking cheap petty officer in the Merchant Marine."
You can't make this shit up.
Why would it have fucking tattoos? Well, apparently some horses have tattoos, according to Stoner friend. It's how they identify them if they're stolen.
It's like a brand.
Note, subsequent research revealed that this was usually only something done with thoroughbreds, which our horse was definitely not. Back at the horse again. I think they put them on the lip inside, says Stoner friend. Have you ever pulled back the lip of a dead horse to look for tattoos? Worse, never have I ever. There were no tattoos, but then Stoner friend says, it's probably one of those tattoos that only light up under UV.
God, this weed is really getting to them.
By then, most of the weed had worn off, but there was that tiny bit of paranoia still holding on for dear life. What if there is a UV light tattoo on your horse? They're going to catch you for sure, says Stoner friend. So there I was, in the early South Dakota summer evening, cutting the lips off a day-old dead horse.
Oh my God.
With a dull pocket knife.
No.
Bonus. We just threw the lips into the woods a little ways because
So they cut the lips off of it and just fucking hucked him into the woods?
nobody's going to be looking for horse lips in the woods,
Yeah.
Stoner friend said.
Where are those lips? I don't know. Go check in the woods a ways.
And that's how illegally dumping an animal carcass on federal property is the craziest crime I or anybody in my family has ever committed.
Wow. Okay. And that's it, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
It just reminds me, like, you're just, like, out hiking, and you just see some hillbillies cutting a horse lips off a dead horse on a, like, this weird trail. You're like, I gotta go.
They just look at you and just throw them deep into the woods. Don't fucking ask questions. And they just run away. Like, how do you approach that? You can't say anything. Like, you just have to turn and walk away.
Like, sneakily. You got...
It's like, dude, look, I'm not here to interfere. You do you. If you just like to cut lips off people, I kind of like my lips. I want to keep them where they're at, so I'll just leave you be.
That poor horse.
What was his name?
Gooseberry.
Gooseberry. Poor Gooseberry. May you rest in peace, my friend. Okay, so Cleet, I have a question for you because I had no idea this existed. So my topic is also true crime, but they're extremely... It's almost like we're going to be reading like news... like headlines of crimes. We'll go into a couple of them, but have you heard of Florida Man?
Is he the homeless guy that tried to eat somebody's face?
Well, so I mean that happened in Florida, but like Florida Man, I guess. So I'll tell you a little bit about how this started because a couple days ago we were driving back from the in-laws, and I was talking smack on California like I usually do. It's not my favorite place. My wife loves California, and I had made the joke. I was like, "Hey, I'd rather go to Florida." And she's like, oh, why? So you can be a Florida man? I was like, what does that mean? And she's like, literally, you type in any date followed by Florida man, and you'll get an article about someone doing something terrible in Florida. And I was like, bullshit. And so we're going to be talking about a lot of these Florida man articles today because it blew my mind.
All right, let's hear it.
So she started on my birthday, of course, because she wanted to make it personal. So my birthday is October 22nd. So you type in October 22nd, Florida man. And this is what you get. Florida man accused of having sex with frozen toy at Target.
A frozen toy?
Right. So at first when I heard this, I'm like, what? Did he freeze a sex toy at Target? But no, the child movie Frozen, he found a toy, an Olaf toy, the snowman, and had sex with it in Target.
Oh, neat.
On my birthday. Happy birthday, me. So on this story, according to the affidavit, 20-year-old Cody Christopher Meter approached a frozen toy display at a Target in Pinellas Park, Florida, and just decided to have his way with it. So again, these are just really, really short. Like, almost can't believe it. But these ones here, these are 20 of the craziest Florida man headlines that made the meme what it is today. So we'll go through a couple of these here. So this was on June 11th of 2012. Florida man arrested for calling 911 after kitten denied entry into strip club.
Wait, they wouldn't let the kitten in the strip club?
So Everett Lagis was arrested out of Emerald City Strip Club in Murdoch for repeatedly calling the emergency line to report that the club owner refused to let his kitty into the jiggly joint.
The jiggly joint.
So he's just wanting to go in to the strip club with his cat, and they wouldn't let the cat in. So he just kept calling 911, and then he was arrested.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we lived in America. I'm sorry. I thought we had freedom.
So this one happened on June 27th, 2012. Florida man chews off another man's face. It's like you knew about this one. This is the bath salts guy, right?
Yeah, sometimes I like to take a hot bath and just sniff some salt from my salt shaker.
Right. But obviously this guy came to be known as the Miami Cannibal. Rudy Eugene gnawed off half of a homeless man's face while high. Obviously, it ended terribly because he was, 31-year-old was shot and killed by police. He was naked, too, if you didn't know that.
Yikes.
Oh, Florida. So October 23rd, the day after my birthday, 2014, Florida man once arrested for fighting drag queen with tiki torch runs for mayor.
Will you go to March 4th?
Yeah, we'll do March 4th. So, but think about this, though. This guy wants to run for mayor, but he fought a drag queen with a tiki torch. Oh, it gets better. So, his name is Boyd Corbin. He was dressed in a KKK costume at a Halloween party in 2012.
That's not good.
So, not only is he fighting a drag queen with a tiki torch, but he's dressed in a KKK costume. January 1st, 2015, Florida man trapped in unlocked closet for 2 days. An unlocked closet.
Oh.
Trapped. 2 days.
Maybe he thought there was like monsters outside or something.
So you think he was hiding from something? He wasn't trapped. He was just hiding.
Maybe, he was scared on who was on the other side.
John Artwood, 31, and Amber Campbell, 25. Wow, there's 2 people. They thought they were stuck in a janitor's closet at Daytona State College for 2 days before realizing they could simply open the door and walk out.
Maybe they just watched Signs from M. Night Shyamalan. And they were like afraid that there was aliens on the other side.
Hey, whatever you need to tell yourself to justify being locked in an unlocked closet for 2 days. But here's the thing. It looks like, I don't know, I would assume it's a man and a woman. They're not locked in the closet. They just needed 7 long minutes in heaven. December 7th, 2015. Florida man killed by alligator while hiding from cops. I think I've heard of this story once.
That alligator was actually deputized.
It was an 11-foot alligator.
Yeah, that thing's huge.
Yeah. June 8th, 2017, Florida man desperate for a ride to Hooters calls 911.
I need some hot wings.
Jonathan Hinkle told 911 dispatchers that he needed a ride to the provocative eatery to help his grandmother who had fallen ill.
I bet that's exactly how he said it.
Yeah.
I need to get to this provocative eatery called Hooters.
Listen here, the reason why my grandmother, she's very sick. She's fallen ill.
Well, I said, I need to get down to Hooters.
No other restaurant, just them Hooters. Cops later learned that the 28-year-old Merritt Island man's granny was perfectly fine, and he was arrested on charges of misusing 911. January 9th, 2018, Florida man tries to steal a rack of ribs by stashing it in his pants.
Didn't you see that video of like that bigger lady like putting a chicken down her shorts?
Yeah, no, I've seen that. So they busted Miley Alvarez Aguilar at an Indian town store after he removed a full rack of ribs from his waistband. He was also smuggling fried chicken, 2 packs of hamburger buns, and some mashed potatoes.
And didn't you play that game where you try to see what you could sneak into a theater? Bring a whole bucket of chicken.
Yeah, my wife always had a big purse. It wasn't hard.
Hey, you just pretend like you're a pregnant man. With a bucket of chicken up front.
Oh, one of those pregnant men.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I've been doing it wrong the whole time. Well, next time we go to the film, you can be the pregnant man, and I'll be your boyfriend.
I'm just fat. Leave me alone.
I am pregnant. January 8th, 2019, Florida man insists syringes pulled from rectum aren't his. He insisted they were not his. He got hauled into jail on marijuana charges. His name was Wesley Dasher Scott. That's a hell of a name. He pulled 3 syringes from his rump during a strip search. So when they asked him why he had the needles, he claimed they actually belonged to someone else.
They're my friends. I'm just holding them for him.
Why in your bum? My hands are full.
It's nature's pocket.
It's a prison wallet. It's like, those aren't mine. Sir, they're in your ass. They're definitely yours. February 13th, 2019, Florida man in dog costume filmed himself having sex with Siberian husky?
Oh
no!
What a monster.
That's not okay. Okay, moving on. Then I don't want context on that one. So May 9th, hey, it's my dad's birthday. Florida man arrested over I eat ass sticker.
I saw that on Tosh Point Out. He got pulled over by a cop. He's like, what about the First Amendment? We live in America, man. Thought we have freedom.
So you can't have a sticker that says I eat ass?
I think the charges are dropped.
Dylan Shane Webb, who was 23, was arrested for refusing to remove a sticker on his car that read I eat ass. The charges were later dropped after he argued that he's protected by the First Amendment.
Yep, I told you.
Wow, it's like you've seen that before. On like Tosh.0 or something. All right, we'll do one more and then we'll jump back into one of your stories there. August 21st, 2019, Florida man arrested after botched castration surgery. An elderly man with a twisted castration obsession was busted for performing an at-home surgery on another guy. I covered something like that. It was like the underground cabin.
Familiar.
He met on a dark web fetish site.
Yeah, I remember this.
Dude, he was 74 and he admitted to he screwed up the back alley surgery at his home in Sebring. Oh, okay. Well, we'll jump back to this, but I want to hear another story that you have found, good sir.
All right. This one is called rum-running.
Rum-running?
Yeah. During the Prohibition, my great-grandfather was a rum runner. He was a fisherman before the Prohibition, but he smelled an opportunity and he took it. He lived in southern Florida, so he periodically took... Yeah,
Florida man.
Funny. I didn't know. He is a Florida man. So he would periodically take his little boat out to Cuba and load up on rum and then boat back to the States to resell it. He always kept his haul in a bag so he could just toss it over the side if he was caught. Well, one day he wasn't quick enough and got picked up by either the Coast Guard or the police. It depends on who's telling the story. Anyway, he got caught, pulled onto a police boat as they were towing his boat to shore. As they were approaching a mangrove swamp, he tells them he's got to take a leak.
I gotta take a pee.
They tell him to just go over the side of the boat. So he goes over the side of the boat, as in, dives in while they're giving him a few feet to piss. and then hides all night in the mangroves while they're searching for him. Now, they've got an escaped rum runner who they picked up with no ID and a shitty little boat that also doesn't have an ID. So they don't exactly have much to pursue. Supposedly, they wanted to keep an eye out for him, but had no idea where to look. So he lays low for a bit. Then his boat goes up for auction by the police. So he strolls right in, buys his own boat back with his rum-running profits, and continues making business trips to Cuba until the Prohibition ended in 1933.
I just would have flipped him off like, thanks for my boat back.
I'm on a boat. There's plenty of other stories about him and all the other wild rebels on the side of his family, but my great-grandpa's rum-running adventures get high marks in my book for the sheer ballsiness of it all.
Ballsiness.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Nice. All right, Cleet. So just to check on your birthday, March 4th, for the Florida Man article.
I'm going to have to go to Florida and beat whatever this is.
So Florida Man, March 4th, someone reported that there's an intruder trying to steal a big television set in a big mansion. He left a piece of incriminating evidence behind.
Oh. I know how to beat it. I'll go down to Florida. I'll super glue every freaking seat in every Walmart in there and fly back to Utah.
Oh, this one's not good. March 4th, Florida man uses baby as human shield during traffic stop.
That's not good.
Dude, look at this guy. He looks like someone that would use a baby as a freaking human shield.
He looks like he smokes the crystal meth.
A baby human shield?
He's probably a tutor in a math lab somewhere. Tutoring math.
Florida man on March 4th threw woman onto bed, smelled her to check for cheating. So this was in Pensacola, Florida. So he was charged with 2 charges of battery and 1 charge of sexual assault, according to Escambia County. Florida man accused of throwing Molotov cocktails at his impounded car.
I like him.
I want my car back. No. Just throws a
it,
bunch
man.
of Molotov cocktails at it. Yeah, so your birthday is pretty full of stuff.
Yeah.
Florida man arrested for throwing cookie at girlfriend. A cookie. Look at that. He's got a crazy face tattoo. He's got half of his face tattooed in spider webs. He looks like the kind of dude that would throw a cookie. So he was taken to jail for allegedly throwing a hard cookie. Oh, so it's a hard cookie, right? So at first it was a little misleading, but now that we know the cookie was hard, you don't just throw a hard cookie. The police were called to the couple's home 30 miles from Tampa. The woman is unidentified. So she told police that her boyfriend, 41-year-old Wade Smith, threw a hard cookie that hit her in the head, leaving a red mark on her forehead. So he was arrested for that. Don't throw cookies.
This just in. Man arrested for throwing pizza at pizza delivery driver.
Florida man arrested for beating and throwing chair at a child in a donut dispute. This is all happening on your birthday. You have a lot of food stuff like cookies
It's all
and
me.
donuts.
Every year I go to Florida.
That looks like you. Derek Beasley, 34, told the child's mother that the boy was throwing things around the house, so he beat him for discipline. The boy told another version of events, stating Beasley thought he broke into a room and stole a woman's donuts. All right, so we're going to go back to the top 20 because these are just insane. September 5th, 2019, Florida man protects car from Hurricane Dorian by parking it in his kitchen.
What?
How do you get a car into your kitchen?
You just drove it in.
Patrick Eldridge of Jacksonville drove his smart car, that's why it's a smart car, drove it inside his home and into his kitchen to protect it from flooding and wind.
Well, anything's a garage if you want it to be.
That's true. His wife, Jessica, posted on Facebook, "My husband was afraid his car might blow away."
Like driving it down the stairs and shit.
October 7th, 2019, Florida man arrested for trying to get an alligator drunk. Was this the same guy that was eaten by an alligator? Timothy Kepke, 27, allegedly fed some beer to the gator after his pal caught it with his bare hands.
Just open his freaking mouth and started pouring beer down.
Do it. Apparently, the reptile wasn't a fan of booze and bit him. They were both later arrested. So you get what you deserve, bud. Hey, another one on my birthday, October 22nd, 2019. Florida man on a Segway charged with a DUI. Andy Segiers, 48, was accused of riding the geeky vehicle while wasted right in front of a police station.
He's probably flipping.
He's like,
off.
"So this is a Segway, motherfuckers? I thought this was America."
I thought we lived in America. Excuse me.
October 23rd, Florida man busted feeding iguanas to alligator in a jail zoo. Wow. Jailbird Jason Aaron Gibson was allowed to work at a small petting zoo on the Stock Island Detention Center until fellow inmates ratted him out for feeding the giant lizards to Irwin the gator. Irwin. November 6th, 2019, Florida man groped Disney World princess while wife sat next to him.
Oh.
Yikes.
It's a whole new world.
Oh, no. Brian Sherman, 51, was accused of cupping the costume character's right breast for 3 to 4 seconds during a photo. His wife was taking a load off nearby. He was charged with battery. All right. June 11th, 2020, Florida man fights off alligator that attacked his dog. I mean, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, good for him.
Wait.
Was he on a golf course? I think I've heard of this.
Trent Waddell got into a tug-of-war match with the sharp-toothed reptile after it grabbed his 6-year-old pooch, Loki, and pulled it into a river. He was a former Army staff sergeant, pounded on the gator's head to let go of the dog. I mean, I would do the same thing. Okay, there's a couple more here. Top 20. June 16th, 2020, Florida man bitten in the face by alligator while playing disc golf. 40 years old, Travis Spitzer, was waist deep in a lake in Largo looking for his Frisbee when the gator grabbed. So he wasn't playing Frisbee. He was searching for his Frisbee in the lake near alligators. July 20th, 2020. Wow, not so long ago. Florida man tries to evade arrest by cartwheeling away from cops. That's one way to get away from them. Oh, he was 40 years old. Oh, and there's video footage. Gianfranco Fernandez launched into a cartwheel outside of a shop in Orlando.
I imagine I'm going, wee.
All right, last one here for the top 20. October 9th, 2020, Florida men catch 18.9-foot-long Burmese python. Ryan Osborne and Kevin Pavlidis bagged the scaly behemoth in the Everglades. All right, well, there's your Florida man stuff.
Okay.
So at any point in time, literally, you can type in any date and then just end it with Florida man, and you will get Florida man stuff. There's even Florida woman stuff. So I guess the census here is don't go to Florida.
I love Florida.
Have you ever been?
No.
Cool.
I love them. This one is called Moral Dude. My best friend has a bunch of crazy stories, so I'll pick one at random. Okay.
Y'all should have seen that. That was the most randomized thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, totally. I had no idea we were going to read this.
All right.
One day, he and his wife and multiple kids were eating dinner at his mother's house, and a SWAT team kicked in the door and pointed guns at all of them. They were looking for his wife's brother, and for some reason thought he would be there. Turns out my friend hates the guy and took umbrage with guns being pointed at his family.
Was this in Florida?
Probably. He tells SWAT that he'll find the motherfucker and to wait a second while he grabs some stuff.
I'm going to find the motherfucker.
He goes to his room and returns wearing a bulletproof vest and carrying a pump 12 gauge and yells, "Follow me."
Oh, yes.
This dude proceeds to a crack house where he kicks the door off the hinges, walks in and blasts the TV and demands to know where Dylan is, which I've changed his name to protect him, apparently.
So this guy literally grabs a shotgun, does a whole follow me. Leads him to
Yeah.
a crack house, kicks the door open, shoots the TV.
Where's
Where's Dylan?
He might be Batman.
This guy is insanely badass.
He's a poor Batman. We would all be poor Batmans if we ever became
That's true.
superheroes. All right. There's multiple drug dealers in the house and crackheads. Startled to say the least, and one tries to pull a gun and gets a shotgun butt to the face, and he puts another shell into the empty section of the couch.
So he this guy easily could have had his head blown off, but he just got the butt end of it. Then he shoots the couch.
Yeah.
Like, you don't mess with this guy.
A girl there claims she knows where Dylan is, so he kidnaps her at gunpoint and forces her into the car.
Come with me.
This is in full view of SWAT, by the way. The girl directs him to a second drug den. He kicks the door, and it proves sturdier, so he blows it apart with a shotgun and enters the room with guns drawn on him.
So the SWAT team is just following this guy. Like, do we intervene at any
I
point?
can't go in there without a warrant.
He's just going from drug house to drug house, shooting doors down.
Where's Dylan?
Obliterating. Like, this is like some B-grade meth movie.
Reminds me of Hobo with a shotgun.
It's fantastic. It's like the best thing I've ever heard.
He demands to know where Dylan is, and it turns out Dylan owes these people money. So they tell him where they think he is, which is a third drug house.
Yes.
On the way there, kidnapped girl still in the car. He gets a phone call from Dylan saying he is at said house and to please not kill him. Apparently word is getting out around that my boy was on the warpath.
These drug houses are calling each other like, dude, there's
He's
some
coming to
jackass
kill you.
who's just blowing down doors, shooting televisions, and kidnapping women. Like, this guy is no joke.
At the third house, the people shove Dylan out the door, and SWAT, still following, arrest him.
They're
Get the
kicking
fuck
him out.
Dylan.
They're like, we like our door. Just get out here. Like, they're looking for you. They're not here for us, so just get out.
Apparently, this whole thing amused them to no end, and they are in tears laughing at my friend and give absolutely no fucks about what he did to get the guy.
I think it's great.
So he's driving the girl back, and halfway to where he got her, she tells him that if he pulls over, she'll play Uno with him right then and there. He pulls over and drags her out of the car, and he tells her, I have a wife and a fucking kid, you fucking whore.
So she's like, look, you pull over right now, you're going to get some.
Then he goes home, and no one presses any fucking charges. The next day, he straps on his tools and goes to the first two drug houses, and to their astonishment, he replaces their doors.
Wow. Okay. What a twist.
What a twist!
This is like Bob the Builder.
All right, so this one is called The Einstein Thief. So about 10 years ago, I got held up and robbed by a group of 3 guys with knives. All they wanted was money in my wallet. So me, being a smart guy, not wanting to mess with knives, just obliged. At the end of the ordeal, he put the knife to my throat and said, if you ever tell the cops my name is redacted, so he says his name, I will slice your throat right now. Yeah, it's like me robbing you, Britton, and saying if like you didn't know me, I'm like, my name's Cleet. Don't tell the police.
Don't ever tell the police or I'll kill you right now.
Yeah.
Like, how do you, if you ever tell them, I'll kill you in this moment.
So I went home, called the cops, told them where it happened, and gave them the name the guy told me. The name instantly rung a bell with them since the guy had come into contact with the police in the past. Cops went to the spot where I was robbed, and they were laying in an ambush for a new guy to appear. They could instantly identify the guy. He was arrested, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. If you tell anybody.
All right. Well, everybody, that's our short stories on some true crime. If you are curious as to what happened on your birthday with Florida, go ahead and type it in and send us your results. We'd love to read them on the show. But again, happy 4th of July. Hope everyone's safe, having fun. If you have any suggestions that you want us to cover, send them our way. entertheabysspod@gmail.com.
Freedom. And as always, thank you for entering the abyss.
Until next time.